If you haven't been living under a rock, I'm sure you've heard of this thing called the Metaverse. What is it exactly? And what does it have to do with fashion? Let's start with the Metaverse. It's a universe, but it's meta, which means beyond. Beyond universe. Sounds pretty grand. The term Metaverse was actually from this novel called Snow Crash, written by Neil Stephenson in 1992. Yes, the concept of Metaverse is old, literally as old as I am. But I've only heard of it about a year ago. And over the past few months, everyone started talking about the Metaverse. Even my parents know about it. Okay, I told them about it. Anyways, the Metaverse is described as a digital world in which people operate via virtual and augmented reality-powered avatars, allowing them to straddle both digital and physical spaces, with the lines between each becoming blurred. Stevenson also told Vanity Fair in 2017 that he was just making shit up when he first wrote about the idea of the Metaverse. Well, sometimes shit gets real. Basically, we'll get to shop, socialize, have meetings, and even build houses in the Metaverse, just like what we could do in real life. It's like a digital extension of ourselves. Our social media presence is 2D in the current Web 2.0 era, but in the upcoming Web 3.0 era, things will become a lot more immersive. Our presence in the Metaverse will be 3D. With VR and AR technologies becoming increasingly sophisticated, we are moving a step closer towards living in this virtual world. You all know The Matrix is my favorite movie, but I don't think it's gonna be like The Matrix though. Instead of breaking away from The Matrix, we might just go from a Matrix into another Matrix. Now that's meta. To experience what the technology is like at the moment, I first went to a VR experience center. My friend and I played a VR game called Cyberpunk developed by Yomoth, and the VR hardware we were wearing was the Oculus Quest. My friend is an experienced gamer, well, I'm not. In fact, I was extremely confused at first, but then it ended up being pretty easy to get a hang of. The image in the game was pretty clear. I did not feel dizzy at all or anything. And the headset was actually pretty comfortable after wearing it for an hour. It did feel a bit heavy towards the end, but it was still way better than I expected. It was really fun. I'm actually thinking of getting an Oculus Quest myself sometime soon. Of course, that's just the hardware part. I'm gonna show you what the actual Metaverse looks like at the current stage. There are already a lot of metaverses out there, for example, Decentraland, Crypto Voxels, Sandbox, and so on. I'm gonna pick Decentraland because I wanna go to this virtual shopping center called the Metajuku. First, let me create my avatar. Okay, hair looks good. Let me take this thing off. Okay, my eyes look kind of dead. Whatever. There's really not much option for clothes here. I guess that's why we need fashion in the Metaverse. Ooh, these sunglasses. Yes, baby. Wow, I landed straight into Metajuku. Okay, I obviously haven't learned how to walk here. Metajuku is just like our shopping centers, except it's digital, and it only exists in the virtual world. What the fuck am I doing? Is this Kung Fu? Anyways, basically you can click on the garments being displayed here, and it will take you to a website, and you can shop this digital garment. I will talk about this company JustX in just a minute, but check this out. Why? What would someone dressed like you have to say to me? Me, as you can tell, I am one of a kind, dressed in the finest non-fungible tokens in the marketplace, worthy of a queen. And you, who do your clothes say you are? Have to think about that, hun. Ouch! Bye, bitch. Wow! I can't believe fashion discrimination is already happening in the Metaverse. In the future, we'll be able to experience Metaverses like Decentraland with our VR headset on. I couldn't figure out how to slap someone on a laptop. Maybe I could just do that with my VR controller. Anyways, that woman mentioned the finest non-fungible tokens. What does she mean by that? Non-fungible tokens, also known as NFT. You've probably heard about it a lot recently. NFT is a unique unit of data stored on the blockchain that cannot be exchanged for anything else. It could be anything like an image, a video, a song, or even a piece of digital clothing. However, unlike regular digital files, which are pretty much indefinitely copyable, an NFT is uncopyable because your ownership to it is recorded on the blockchain, which is the underlying technology behind NFT. And this digital uniqueness is what makes NFTs so valuable. NFTs exploded in popularity when Beeple sold his digital artwork Every Day's The First 5,000 Days at Christie's auction for $69 million in March 2021. It's essentially a digital collage. Yes, you can just right-click and save it like this, but you don't own it. Meta owns it. The NFTs we know of today are mostly static NFTs, like the one I just mentioned. However, there's also dynamic NFTs. Recently, Pac sold his artwork Merge on Nifty Gateway for a record $91 million. That is a dynamic NFT. Basically, it has the ability to be updated through an additional connection. Yes, you can literally buy a ball that merges. Oh, by the way, Bilibili just issued me an NFT for being a well-known creator. It's not worth millions of dollars, but at least my verification has now been verified. When it comes to the fashion world, fashion could really benefit from NFTs because of this inherent rarity and exclusivity. In fact, a lot of brands have already jumped on the opportunity, especially luxury brands. For example, Gucci sold its Aria video for the Fall/Winter 2021 collection as an NFT at Christie's auction for $25,000. Karl Lagerfeld launched the Karl Lagerfeld figurine NFTs and got sold out on the dematerialized marketplace in minutes. But we're gonna focus on the wearables here. If you plan to roam in the metaverse, you've gotta wear clothes. We're not about to go naked here, not even in the metaverse. And that's where NFT wearables come in. The Fabricant, a digital-only fashion house at the forefront of this industry, auctioned its digital dress as an NFT for $9,500, which paved the way for fashion NFTs. Artifact's sneaker NFT collaboration with artist Few Rouches sold out in just 7 minutes for $3.1 million. Dolce & Gabbana, after having lost the Chinese market because of a cringy, derogatory commercial video, has also found its new opportunity in fashion NFTs. Its Collezioni Genesi NFT collection sold for $5.7 million. However, not all wearables are NFTs. As you can probably tell, these NFTs are hella expensive. This one single digital Dogecoin is worth $2 million. Like, are you shitting me? Digital fashion in general is different from fashion NFT in that the piece is not backed by blockchain, so you don't have exclusive ownership to it. And of course, it's less expensive. I'm gonna use DressX as an example here because it's the perfect example. DressX is one of the most popular digital fashion websites at the moment. They even have a virtual storefront in Decentraland, you know, the one we just saw. Although they did recently launch an NFT collection on Crypto.com, most of the pieces are digital fashion that don't come in the form of an NFT. If you scroll through social media, you may have seen some influencers trying on their digital outfits from DressX. Some people even call it Metaverse Fashion. As a curious cat, I had to check it out. So apparently, there's an app you can download that will allow you to try on their digital looks. When I first tried the app, I was really into it. You mean I can get changed without actually getting changed? As an exhausted fashion influencer, that doesn't sound like a bad idea. The technology is still a bit awkward, but hey, maybe it'll get better in the future. Aside from just trying on the AR, I can also buy a photo look. Okay, $40 for a digital dress. Oh, some even go up to $1,000. But at least I now own it, right? I can wear it whenever I like. But no, I don't own it. All I get is a photo, not even two, just one photo. Come on, we've gotta do better than that. $40 to $1,000 for one photo? And you don't even own the piece? And for the people who call this Metaverse Fashion, which Metaverse are you gonna wear it in? Oh, you can't, cause you don't own it. Like I mentioned, DressX does offer NFTs. If you compare the same SpaceX shirt on their website and its NFT on Crypto.com, one costs $30, which gets you a photo, and one costs $3,500, but now you get to own it. You, your digital avatar, can wear it in the metaverse once that gets integrated in the future. And if you have money to purchase digital real estate, you can also display it in your digital home. You can trade it on NFT marketplaces and earn some money. If you ask me, I think that's a way better investment. This is not investment advice. We can't talk about NFT without addressing its environmental concerns. NFTs are backed by blockchain. Although blockchain technology has finally solved the problem of digital ownership, it could be extremely energy intensive. Most of the NFTs nowadays are backed by blockchain using a proof-of-work mechanism, like Ethereum. It requires a lot of computers all around the world racing against each other to solve complex mathematical equations in order to validate transactions, and that uses up a tremendous amount of energy. However, there's a common misconception that NFTs directly contribute to this energy consumption. You see, a blockchain will always be operating, regardless of whether NFTs are being minted or not. NFTs only make up a small portion of all the activities happening on the blockchain, so NFTs don't directly use up energy beyond what was already being used. That doesn't mean NFTs are off the hook. They still indirectly contribute to this energy consumption. The good news is there are now more eco-friendly blockchains that use a mechanism called proof of stake. In this model, one validator is randomly selected to verify a transaction, and that validator also has to offer up cryptocurrency as collateral. This eliminates the need to have lots of computers compete against each other, so it can dramatically reduce energy consumption, as much as 99%. Flow, Polygon, Polkadot, and Tezos are a few examples of proof-of-stake blockchain. Ethereum also announced that it's migrating from proof-of-work to proof-of-stake, also known as Ethereum 2.0, although I read that the process could be a bit complicated, so we'll see how it goes. In the case of digital fashion that's not minted as NFTs, there won't likely be concerns over carbon emissions, but I won't be as quick to say that digital fashion equals sustainable fashion, like some people in the industry claim it to be. DressX has this slogan, "Don't shop less, shop digital fashion." The idea behind it is that a lot of influencers would buy clothes and wear them only once for a social media post, which is extremely unsustainable. DressX claims that digital fashion is sustainable because it doesn't require any physical clothing to be produced. Although there's some truth to it, I don't think the whole issue is that simple. After all, an average person will probably not spend $40 to $1,000 just to buy a photo and post on social media. As a slow fashion influencer myself, who doesn't need new clothes to create new outfits to begin with, I'm actually pretty open to the idea of wearing digital fashion. But I don't want to wear it just once, I want to wear it multiple times. There's gotta be better utility than that. To close out this video, please enjoy this footage of my avatar dancing in the metaverse, wearing my unfashionable digital clothes. What do you think of fashion in the metaverse? Will you dress your avatar in the finest NFTs? Will you as a person dress in digital fashion on social media? Do you think people will finally stop overconsuming in real life and start adopting a digital wardrobe? Or is it just a modern spin of the emperor's new clothes? I'm curious to hear what you think. I'll see you in the comment section.